All right, guys, welcome back to Tips and Tactics. And today I want to talk about harbors. Harbors are super important. So let's just dive in and see what's going on here. I am the Ottomans here. Started off here with this particular territory. So I do want to talk about the first thing that harbors are good for. And harbors are good because let's just click on harbor here. Nope. Well, let me go through here. No, it will not. So let's go to a territory that doesn't have a harbor and go and see. Here we go. All right. So the first thing about harbors is they increase your resource production. And you know I'm all about the economy. 25%. So essentially the same as a level 3 factory. That's huge. That's really, really good. That's a really big increase in production. So if you've got a double resource tile and it's on the coast, you better build a harbor because it's going to increase that already large amount of production that you have from the double resource tile. You also better build a railroad there, and you better build a factory all the way up to level 4. If you do that, you're going to have plus 33% from the factory, level 4, plus 33% from the railway, and plus 25% from the harbor. You're going to be maximizing the potential resource development from that particular tile. And you know that economy is huge in this game. It's the one thing that people tend to forget about moving forward and, moving armies around. And yet underneath all of that, you have to have a strong economy. So I love the harbors because they increase your production by 25%. That's a big thing. So you can see here, I've got a harbor going. It's going to increase my double coal by that 25%. Over here, I have a double wood. And it so happens that a road goes to the ocean here. And so I'm building a harbor there. Why? Because of that plus 25%. You guessed it. Over here, I've got a double wheat, double fish. And guess what I'm building? Oh, what? A harbor. Why? You know why. And then over here, I have a double steel, and I'm also building a harbor. So one of the things that I've heard people talking about is the benefit of a harbor is that, sure, let's look at this double fish. Eventually, I'm definitely going to build a railway. I'm going to do it. That plus 33%, it's beautiful. But a railroad has a daily upkeep of 500 coal. In other words, I can get it, but I have to pay for it every day. And that's not terrible because coal is typically a resource that we can usually afford to spend, but it is a daily upkeep. Let's see what the daily upkeep is for a harbor. So we'll come over here to a harbor, daily upkeep. Oh, there's not one. So that was kind of dumb. There's not a daily upkeep for a harbor. So once you build it, it's really expensive. It's that 10,000 wood. It is expensive and it takes a while to build. But once you do, it's that 25% bonus and there's no upkeep. It's just like kind of free. It's like an investment that you make up front. And then it doesn't cost you any resources to continue to pump out that additional resource for you. Okay, so again, just like the railway, I like to talk about the benefits of the economy first, but then let's talk about the other thing that harbors do. It's huge. So I'm building a harbor here right at the tip. Why? Because, let's go back to harbors here. What else do harbors do? Embarkment time. It's huge. So every time you move from land to sea, all of your troops have to get on board the ship. They have to bring their, all of their gear. You have to pack on food for them. You have to prepare. There's this whole process, and it takes hours and hours and hours. Right now, these are my infantry that are getting off the ship. The same thing happens on the other side. Disembarking means they're getting off the ship. So every time you move people from land to sea to land, first they have to get on the boat, which takes forever. Then they have to travel across the whatever ocean there is. Then they have to get off the boat, which takes forever. But if you have a harbor, it reduces the time of getting on or off the boat by 50%. You can think of it this way. It makes you twice as fast. And I'm all about moving troops around fast. It's huge. So you've got your railroads who are letting you move around on land fast, and you've got your harbors, which are allowing you to get on and off boats twice as fast. So please utilize this amazing strategic advantage. Get yourself some harbors every point where you're going to be getting on or getting off a boat. So in this game, I've got this big landmass over here, and I've also got a couple double tiles over here. They're going to be developing, hopefully soon, some cannon. And so what I really need to do is, because there is an ocean lane here, I need to build a harbor here. Can you tell why I need a harbor here? Well, of course, because everybody who comes from the mainland here is going to have to get into the water, into a boat here. So if I have a harbor, it'll make them twice as fast getting on the boat. And then they'll have to putter their way across, which isn't that far. And then they'll reach over here where there will be another harbor, which will make them get off the boat twice as fast. So again, I'm telling you folks, moving troops around quickly is huge, hugely important. And if you play this game for any amount of time at all, you'll realize that. A lot of this game is just streaming things to the front from your back provinces. And the faster they can get there, the more powerful you'll be, the more quickly you can move your forces around. And then other people who've been playing even longer will know that when you're playing against good players, they'll shift their forces around from one front to another. And you've got to be able to respond to that. You've got to be able to move around and defend and respond, or move around and attack in novel ways, flanking people, moving around to the side and attacking them in unexpected ways. So this is our sort of a little bit of a tactic boost here from harbors. Harbors are great. Most people build harbors so that they can build, you can build cruisers with a level 1 factory. I love cruisers. They're so quick and easy. They're cheap. They're a ranged unit, so they throw, ordnance just like basically just like a cannon does. I love them because they're fast. Cruisers are super fast. They're the fastest naval unit. They can go around in the ocean faster than anything else, and they do have that ranged attack. I am a little bit wary about cruisers because cannon outrange cruisers. All right, so if you're attacking the shore and they've got cannon, it is possible for them to back off with their cannon to a point where they can attack you, but you can't attack them. So that's worth thinking about. So harbors are great in terms of being a way to build units, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about harbors as an economic tool, number one, plus 25%. And secondly, as a way to move units around quickly, doubling your embarking and debarking, getting on a boat and getting off a boat, doubling the speed of that. It's huge. All right. Thanks for checking in, guys. This is another sort of strategy point that people sometimes forget. Use those harbors strategically and economically. All right, guys. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you next time. Adios, amigos.